Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your weekly reading for November 9th to the 16th. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We are going to jump right in. As you can see, Pisces, there are very few aspects for a loaded month, right? But I don't want you to let that fool you. It is a sneaky week in more ways than one, okay? And even though it is a deceptively quiet week, sometimes the quiet's really loud. Not only are these some of the most mightiest aspects of November, look, I did a little reference because of all the changes that have recently happened. Mars moved out of his domicile of Scorpio, now joining Mercury and Sagittarius, okay? Fiery Sagittarius. You're going to feel really charged up. You're going to feel optimistic, ready to take on the world. This is going to be huge because Sagittarius is your 10th house. So what does that mean? The 10th house is all about career. It's all about fame. Yeah, it is. Being recognized. And that's the thing. If you're not here for career, it's just whatever you want to be recognized for, because the 10th house is very public facing. It's your reputation, it's honors and achievement. So you're ready. You're ready to even expand your horizons. You're definitely feeling really adventurous too. Now, the other thing is you see Venus has moved out of her domicile into Scorpio. You've been feeling this. And even though I talked about it last month or in your monthly forecast, I got to make one thing clear, Pisces. Venus is our hottest planet in the watery depths of Scorpio. So she has this intensity that Scorpio brings, right? That's a little smoldering. Venus and Scorpio can be obsessive, even scandalous. You see a little bit of her goth side because Scorpio is a little bit too psychological for a planet that just wants to love and bring harmony and do air kisses like Miss America, whatever. But here's the thing. Venus is now embracing her shadow side. So you will be too. You are going to feel like Megan Fox in that werewolf movie. All right. This is really, and remember, this is Venus and Scorpio. Scorpio energy. It's still that I got to have it. I'm going to get it. It's that type of energy. Really investigative energy as well, but there's that intensity when it comes to love and money and your values and pleasures and intimacy. It's Venus, right? But Venus and Scorpio rules your 9th house. This is going to add a tremendous layer to what's really happening this week, because the 9th house is all about the big picture. It's your philosophy. It's spirituality. It's higher mind. It's very, very spiritual. And so there is something here to be said about what you're about to experience this week. But secondly, this is your 9th house. It also rules long distance travel, foreign cultures, foreign lands, legal matters, the courts, things like that. There may be some things that come up, but it's still Scorpio energy is all I'm saying, because remember, Scorpio energy that you've been experiencing is a lot of truths coming to the surface. Like the it clown from the sewer, but nicer ones, right? You're gonna see this happen. There's gonna be some things coming to the surface this week, okay? Also, you see that Uranus moved back to Taurus. Yeah, there's a loss in our lifetime. You are going to be wrapping up this 7-year story. This is since 2018, okay? That's what Uranus retrograde in Taurus is doing. What you're going to be doing for this week and pretty much for the rest of the year, thinking about what truly brings you comfort, thinking about the changes you made since 2018. It's your 3rd house. So especially with communication, with your brand, with advertising, PR, with writing projects, with things that you have launched. Yeah, that's that 3rd house energy. Also siblings. What's been going on there? Family, siblings, cousins, aunts, even neighbors, and more travel energy. Y'all, a lot of Pisces are traveling. You're traveling. Just remember, Mercury's retrograde. We'll talk about that. But anyway, the other thing I want you to do is I want you to think about what radical breakthroughs you had since 2018 in that realm, mostly communication, but even breakdowns for breakthroughs, right? That's Uranus. So what makes you feel closer to your authentic self? How do you want the curtains to close in this final chapter of your life that Uranus isn't going to be in Taurus for 84 years. Okay. So there really is, as part of Uranus's transit through Taurus, the final act. That's what matters. You are definitely going to feel this. Okay. You're going to have some moments thinking about what's next, especially with home and family. All right. That's going to be the big thing for you with Uranus and Taurus from 2026 to 7 years later. Now, the other thing is that if you saw your monthly forecast, you know I said when Uranus moves, he moves. He doesn't like being in Taurus. Uranus is, he's the sky god. Taurus is too slow. And so, what did I say? You're going to feel the rumbles. Yeah? You probably felt the rumbles last week. You're going to feel the rumbles this week. He brings the unexpected surprises, some disruptions. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. And a lot of them could be great surprises. So it's, again, you create your reality. Now, you also are going to feel like it's early 2025 all over again. Like I said, in your monthly forecast, all the outer planets, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, are back where they were when this odd year began, bringing back themes from early this year. They're going to be prominent. You're probably experiencing a lot of them or seeing them come to the surface, right? So this week is interesting because not only is this happening, you're in the crosshairs of last week's supermoon in Taurus, yeah, and the upcoming interesting new moon in Scorpio next week. Those are potent. They're so strong, especially that full moon in Taurus. So you're probably still, feeling that. But this Taurus-Scorpio axis is all about relationships and money. Those are going to be big themes for you this week as well. Big life lessons. And things may be a little bit confusing because Sunday, November 9th, Mercury stations retrograde in Sagittarius. So 6 degrees. And Mercury will be retrograde pretty much all month. And because I did talk about this a lot in your monthly forecast, just know, yes, Mercury retrograde, there's tech issues. Expect the potential for delays, miscommunication. You heard what I said about Uranus, by the way, right? Disruptions. That's Mercury retrograde too. Uranus happens to be the higher octave of Mercury. Yeah, little brother, big brother. So maybe some disruptions with both of them kind of. Yep. All right. So just keep that in mind. And this day, especially communication, that's going to be a big theme for you because you've got Uranus and Taurus in your third house of communication. So the big themes for you would be career, you're being recognized, and also communication and writing things and agreements as well, and family. So this is happening during Scorpio season. So there can be that intensity that you still feel. There can be some impatience. There can be a little bit of, it's almost like when you get off a merry-go-round, you're like, whoa. Because you've got Mars in Sagittarius, right? That's big. That's a big deal. But you've got all these retrogrades, including Mercury. So it's almost like this. We'll talk about it later, but I just want to tell you that Mercury, remember, I want to remind you, has very little power in Sagittarius. Mercury's all about the facts. Sagittarius is more philosophical. So Mercury is the physical mind. Sagittarius is a higher mind. What's the best way to move through this week with Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius? Merge the two. Examine your belief system, your faith, your big picture, life purpose. That's the benefit of a retrograde anyway, right? Mercury retrograde is all about reassessing things as you move forward. A lot of you are reassessing career stuff and your reputation and social status, leadership, all of that. Remember, again, a bunch of other planets retrograde. So use this time to explore within, to come out the other side in December, wearing wings. And this Mercury retrograde, just to let you know, it's not a cakewalk. It's a little complicated with Mercury and Sag, right? And that's fiery energy. So because Sagittarius is all about belief systems could clash around this time. Do you see what's happening midweek? We'll get to that. But just try not to flip any tables if someone says they think, the Red Hot Chili Peppers are the worst band ever, and you're wearing a Red Hot Chili Peppers t-shirt. Not worth it, right? Not worth it. But those are the type of things that might come up. Don't let anyone get your goat. Remember, be responsive, not reactive, especially this day when planets move. When they station, you feel it, okay? Especially Mercury retrograde too, on top of the rumble of Uranus having moved back into Taurus. Yeah, that can add a little bit of more disruptions and just it can be a little chaotic, but the potential of it all, because this is happening while Jupiter's trine Saturn. Remember, that's all month too, and they're trying to build you this foundation for the long term. So just be very mindful that you could feel this tug of war inside you, because Saturn's in your sign, right? So you're really going to feel Jupiter trine Saturn, because Jupiter's also your traditional ruler. Like you get that. That's yours, right? But you've got Mars fired up in Sagittarius while Mercury and 3 other planets are retrograde. So this is like feeling as if you are going out to the nightclubs. You put on, your best leather fanny pack, whatever you do, Pisces, you do you, right? But all your friends that you're going with, they're still sitting on the sofa. Yeah. They're watching Love is Blind, and you're just like, hello, we're going to go see Imagine Dragons or what? They're going on it like 10 minutes, and they're like, yeah, give us a second. That's what this week might feel like, okay? You feel driven, ambitious, you're ready to go, you're ready to explore, but all the retrogrades are like, nope, you got to go within. Stay frosty, be cool. There may be some delays, surprises, roadblocks, bottlenecks. That's just what happens when you have everything that I just said. So go with the flow with the go. Try not to force anything this week, especially when it comes to career. Especially your 10th house is so activated. And it doesn't even have to be strictly the 10th house. Remember, your 3rd house is activated. We have some lunations where partnerships are going to be a big thing for you this week as well. So just keep that in mind. Family matters. Yeah, that's a thing. Okay. So planets are retrograde for a reason. Go your inner sanctuary. All right. And it's all, remember, this is just temporary. Look at what you got at the end of the week. Now, if you are a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising or your moon, or for your husband or sister or your doctor, all the mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and you. Pisces, you're going to feel Mercury retrograde the most just this week. Remember, Mercury's retrograding so far back, it's going back into Scorpio. If you have planets 2 to 7 degrees in your natal chart, you are going to feel this the most. Now, the other thing is that work really is going to be a big thing for you, by the way. We do have a grand fire trine on Monday. Yeah. With the moon in Leo. Yeah. We'll talk about the second spread, but Tuesday, November 11th, you got Jupiter retrograde in Cancer, 25 degrees. There you go. Now you got 5 planets retrograde. So I talk about this a lot in your monthly forecast. Just a reminder, this is all about your personal growth, your spiritual growth, all about your higher purpose, which requires self-belief, because Jupiter is faith. And that requires self-nurturing. You can't be there for others if you're not there for yourself. So spend time thinking about your role, especially in home, family, your roots, all of that, but also love and family and children. You got a double dose here. Creative projects, it's your 5th house. Jupiter exalted in Cancer, retrograde in your 5th house. That's also procreation. That's recreation. This is going to be a time where you're really going to reflect. And remember, Jupiter's exalted. So he's bringing you this high degree of protection. All right? So spend time prioritizing you. Remember, Jupiter is Jove. It's joy, optimism. Focus on your personal abundance, Pisces. What makes you feel fulfilled? Really lean into this energy, because Wednesday, November 12th, Mercury conjunct Mars. Okay? Sagittarius, it's 6 degrees. You're going to feel this all week. This is kind of like the anchor in the middle of the week. The sun is right in my face. That's a good thing. I love it. It's like lip balm or something. Anyway, that was weird. You listen, we just had Mercury conjunct Mars in October. You've already experienced this, okay? But now it's in a fire sign. It's in your 10th house of fame and career. This is a little awkward. Mercury, remember, doesn't do well in Sagittarius. He can be a little lights on, nobody home, right? He's still Mercury, he's still Hermes, the trickster. He's got his bag of tricks. You got Mars, super aggressive and assertive and determined, kind of dragon Mercury. So he's making Mercury's like the bow, yeah, and Mars is the arrow. So brace for impact. This is Mars conjunct Mercury. Mercury communication. The things that you say. So what's going to happen around this time? Well, like I said, remember that one time earlier, I said things will come to the surface. Truths will come to the surface. That's what this is. Mercury conjunct Mars is truth bombs, but it's a weak Mercury. So truth bombs that are blunt and unfiltered and deliberate, by the way. And it can be some deception, and it not even like little white lies, by the way. When I say truth bombs, it's like your husband saying, I'm going to be, I'm going to go audition for The Voice. And you just looking at him and saying, well, you need a little bit of auto tune. No sarcasm, nothing. That's Mercury conjunct Mars. It's going to be happening all over the place. Mercury conjunct Mars can also be a little preachy. It can be very manipulative. Be mindful of scams with Mercury conjunct Mars and Sagittarius. Like with this configuration, Sagittarius rules legal matters, like I said, in the court. So there may be something, all right? And that sneaky energy that I was talking about. Remember, Venus is in Scorpio. She's doling out secrets and revelations. Like there's got to be some truth that you hear. And it may be very blunt. This can be a dramatic day. And remember, it can also be you telling someone something, especially with career or your reputation. There's something here. But this can be used for, it's like for the greater good. This is powerful. It has a charge to it. Pisces, use this. This is just, you are really feeling it. You're really going to feel this day. If you're auditioning for Naked and Afraid, you better nail it. You got this edge about you now. So anything like with fame, career, all of that, you got Mercury conjuncting Mars. The highest expression here is really just getting your point across. Yeah, with compassion. It's very statement making, healthy debates and actions. Yeah. Especially with career and fame and work. Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. That's it's a thing. There are also, for a lot of y'all, there's something here with entrepreneurship as well. There's something here where it can be, again, like I said, like a creative project, even like relationships. All right. And so it amplifies. Something's being amplified. You send out, you do an Instagram post. If it's a perfect, message, it go viral. Mars could take it super viral. So remember, we had this October 20th, right? And the planets travel together for pretty much an entire month. To be honest, here's the thing. Because Mercury's now retrograde, this is basically part 2. And Mercury will go direct in Sagittarius later in December, which is part 3. So ultimately, this is all about the moral of your story. Yeah, Sagittarius energy has that air of morality because you definitely won't be the wolf in sheep's clothing, right, Pisces, right? This is more about you. How will you handle it if you have any brusque moments on your karmic journey? Mutable signs: Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and you. I'm throwing in Aries and Scorpio as well. We'll feel this the most if you have any planets 4 to 8 degrees in any of the mutable signs in your natal chart. You got this, okay? Yeah, there's going to be some partnership stuff too. The moon's going to be in Virgo, by the way. Speaking of mutable energy. And so that's happening at the same time. So there's going to be, and that's your, remember, Virgo's your, rules your area of partnerships, love, marriage. There's something here you're processing. There's something here. And it doesn't have to be, it can be career, business partners, things like that, one-on-one relationships, relationship with your brother-in-law. It doesn't matter. There's something here. We'll talk about in the second spread. Now, Sunday, November 16th. Now you got your reward. All right. The sun in Scorpio, trining Jupiter, exalted in Cancer, 25 degrees. This happens only twice a year. This is one of the best. This is the luckiest day of the month. This is beautiful. It's radiant. It's sweet. It's kindness. It's your reward. There's true enthusiasm here and comfort. And it's this feeling of expansion, personal wealth. You're going to see your goals start manifesting, right before your eyes, getting a taste of the success that you deserve. Because remember, from your monthly forecast, this is just the beginning of the grand water trine that's just about to happen on Monday. Yeah? That's all you, Pisces. That's you and the water signs. So you are definitely going to feel this, and it's going to feel really, really special. It's going to feel really, really good. You've got Saturn in your sign. So remember, you got the sun trine Jupiter, and then Monday, which you're going to start feeling now, the sun trine Saturn. And then remember, Jupiter's trine Saturn, there's your grand trine, grand water trine. So really excellent. And again, that's a huge boost to your belief system, to things that bring you joy and pleasure. There's a lot happening. Okay. And the fact that it's just so interesting, you are definitely going to have a lot of focus. When I talk about the big picture, seeing the big picture, my life purpose, things like that, you've got a double dose of this more than the other signs, because we're in Scorpio season. You got Venus and the sun in Scorpio in your 9th house, which happens to be Jupiter's home, which happens to be Sagittarius's home. So you have an overlap here with that Sagittarius energy, which is all about the big picture, and that adventurous energy, seeking new things, broadening your horizons. Go for it. Let's see what's going on for you. For November 9th to the 16th, Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. All right. Pisces, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread, offers the best overview, especially for a weekly reading. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will. Secondly, Pisces, I love y'all. Thank you so much for all your kindness, by the way, and all your very special comments and emails. I really appreciate it. If you want to see I'll leave the video, the current energies video at the end of this video on what happened to me last week. If you don't know, it's there. Let's do it, Pisces. Oh yeah, yes, you're good. You get a crystal drop. You get a mic drop on top of a crystal drop. You see what's happening here. There's no doubt about it. All right. Look at the story that's being told. Look, so you got the 5 of Pentacles. There's a little bit of, again, it's more about the way that you're thinking about something that has to do about your physical world. So again, you're going to feel that boost with all the retrogrades going within, connecting with your inner wisdom, your intuition, your soul, everything. That's what's going to make the difference. And you're going to feel that shift with all this 9th house activity. You're definitely going to feel it because there's something here with the mindset, right? Even with Uranus moving back into Taurus in your 3rd house of the mind, there's that 5 of Pentacles is a Taurus card, FYI, but there's something here where it's all about the way that you're seeing something. And it could be through this lens of these people, they're focusing on their plight when they're literally outside of church. And you can even see the Pentacles shaped as an anchor, this anchor of hope and faith and all of that, with Jupiter retrograde. So it's got to go within. You've got to be able to have that strength to look up and say, oh, there's all that support, and like they can literally touch the wall. So the party's inside, okay? And so that's all it is. It's shifting your mindset, because you could be, yes, going through something circumstantially, whether it's a financial matters, or something with your career, work, something within your physical realm. That's what pentacles are as well. It could be even be a relationship. You may feel like someone's holding you back, etc., etc. It's all up here. And once you have that shift, look, you go straight to the 6. Okay? The 6 of Pentacles in the heart of your spread. 6 is all about things harmonizing. And this, as you can see, is that support. It's support. It's support, financial support, if that's what you're seeking. It could even be you being very philanthropic. Whatever you experience, you don't want anyone else to experience. I'm going to provide, right? Now, the other thing is, like, it takes that inspired action to have these moments of generosity and gratitude. And so I love this for you. This is really nice, and I think that you might be very vocal this week. I mean, we're looking at the Taurus decans here, right? So, or the Taurus cards, and the 6 of Pentacles. The fact that Taurus does rule your 3rd house, there is something here where it's like, yes, you may have a shift in mindset, but also in action, movement. I mean, the 3rd house is Mercury ruled, right? Mercury is movement, not just communication, but movement as well. So there could be something where you're inspired, okay? Whether you're on the receiving end or you're that person, but either way, everything is starting to harmonize. The sun. In your challenge area, you gotta let that light in. That's all it is, all right? Remember, it has to do with this. There's something here where this is pessimistic thinking, and this is feeling maybe even like an outcast, like no one's talking to me, or I feel alone. But again, it's the mindset. There's support all around you. It's taking the action to seek it. And the sun in your challenge area, it's this lack of optimism. It's this like it's right. The sun is also like your health. It's vitality. You've got, let me see here. Yeah, in the beginning of the week when we have that grand fire trine, which will be with the moon in Leo in your 6th house of health, there may be something here in the first half of the week that has to do with health, physical health, mental health, emotional health. Whatever it is, there's something here where you remember what I said this week. It's all about that self-belief. You've got to believe. You've got to let that light in. You've got to feel that light inside you radiate as well. All right? Now, 2 of Pentacles in your crown. You see all these pentacles? There may be something here with the fact you got Mercury retrograde, but also Mars in Sagittarius, all in your 10th house. Remember, career-related matters, especially the first half of the week with the moon in Leo, the grand fire trine in your 6th, which is also work. Your responsibilities or duties when it comes to work. So keep that in mind. There may be something here where you're just like, what? With money, with finances. I did say it is a week of relationships, money. That may be some topics, but there's something you're weighing. It's like weighing the odds here. It's also weighing the, like, what do I do moving forward? It could even be like 2 different opportunities, 2 different routes for you. But at the end of the day, there's a little bit of imbalance here in the 2 of Pentacles. You want to find that balance. It's got to come within first, yeah, to have everything a little bit more balance in your world as well. And it feels like there's something really new too that you are considering. Go within. 7 of Swords. And that's kind of like, that's what's rocking the boat, right? That 7 of Swords in the reverse spread. What are you holding in that needs to come out? This is a week where you're telling your truths diplomatically, not bluntly, if you can help yourself, right? But that's the 7 of Swords here. There's a little bit of being honest with yourself. Are you being honest with yourself? Are you holding something in that needs to come out? Think about it. The other thing is, yeah, with a week like this card is associated with like deception and deceit, disloyalty, dishonesty, lying, cheating, stealing, all of that. So again, circumstantially, if you're experiencing anything like that, or if it's you with Venus and Scorpio and everything else that's happening, and you're just like, is this really me? Is this my authentic self? Is this what Uranus and Taurus wants me to, you know what I mean? Like, you've got to have your moments, but you've got to like connect with all these retrogrades. Let things come out. You can't hold things in. All right? You can, but listen, Jupiter square Chiron and Eris all month. Okay? Your ruling planet. And it is going to be this week where you really still feel it. And Eris, who's Mars' sister, the goddess warrior, who's right on top of Chiron, the wounded healer, right? Old wounds. Digging up old wounds, making you rip off the Band-Aid. There's something here that has to come out, and they're gonna make things come through, all right? And the only reason and we're going to talk about that in the second spread, but the only reason I bring that up for y'all is because Chiron and Eris are in Aries, which rules your second house of money, finances, income. So there really may be something here, all right? Just be honest with yourself about anything at all. And then you got the Magician. So you're good. You're actually really good. There's your new job. There's your new income stream. There's your new passion. There's your new relationship, whatever you want, because it's card one. It's the beginning of the fool's journey. Like this is in your future. You got some new journey, but remember, this is the Magician. This is someone who can manifest whatever he wants, anything he wants. He's got all the tools of tarot here, as above, so below, right? But it's the Magician. You got to believe. Remember, it is that self-belief that brings all that power. You create your reality. But good for you. You got something great coming through. Let's get to your staff, Pisces. If you like this reading, Pisces, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, share, leave comments, all that. I do want to hear from y'all. What is going on? Y'all got a lot. Remember, we got it. New moon next week. We'll talk about it. And you know I love y'all. Pisces. All right, let's do it. Y'all. Ooh. You're good. You're fine. Yeah, listen, you got the devil. Yeah, you know something's got to come out. There's something that you're like, probably shouldn't be doing this. But again, it's like, when I say it's your belief system, when I say it's the way that you're seeing something might really have to shift, okay? That's how you break free from these chains. You have to be aware of what the chains are to break free, but you also have to care, yeah? And so it all comes with that shift. You have to see the good in everything. And that's the biggest takeaway here. All right. You see the two people from the Lover's card actually chained to the devil. And so there just may be something here where it's like, I probably should change the way that I'm seeing this. And that's going to make all the difference, or that's going to bring in these new solutions, or that's going to be my spiritual awakening, my great awakening, whatever it is, right? That's right here, but you have to be willing to, right? Ace of Pentacles with the Magician, that's jackpot here. You got brand new path. All that money stuff you were worrying about, that you were stressed about. Look at that. Come on. This literally, you see the golden pathway. There's a lot of paths in tarot. Some of them are windy and curvy. Nope, you go straight. You got straight through that archway. It's a gateway to this new journey, this new opportunity the hand of spirit is offering you. You're good. You're fine. With the Magician, you're fine. Eight of Swords, let's not overthink things, overanalyze things. With that Seven of Swords here, you've got to face. If you don't do that, that's what happens. You don't want that. That's what this is saying. You don't want that. So you've got to be honest with yourself and face the things that you have to face. Yeah. Go at your own comfort level, but be ready to take off that blindfold. You can see her feet are free. She can walk out anytime she wants. Anytime. And with a week like this, where Mercury retrograde, et cetera, yeah, you see her feet are still You see that puddle of water? Is she still in touch with her emotions? Yeah. She just got to explore it. And you see all that mud? As you walk out, there could be a little muddled clarity. Sure. But at least you're moving forward. At least you feel that charge inside you. I can face this. And then you're good. You got the 9 of Cups, the Wish Come True card. It's your card. It's a Pisces card, actually attributed to Jupiter in Pisces, but you're good. This is also, there's a sense of like just complete satisfaction. There is, look at the cups over his head. It's almost as if he's showing off his cups like they're trophies. He's so proud of himself. There is something here where you're achieving, and it's something that you want, you're getting. That's a lot of enlightenment. So Pisces, you're good AF. This is Riz, as the kids say. I don't even know if that even matches. Or you want to take a screenshot, by the way? Look at that. Look at this. Look at this journey. Look across your cross from where you're coming from to where you're going. You're good, Pisces. Oh my gosh. All right. So next week, yeah, a lot happening. As you know, you got that grand water trine. You see, that's going to, everything changing. And then we'll talk about it next week. All right. And then the second spread. Yeah, there's a lot. We'll talk about what's going on. We'll do the spread. Which, by the way, it really is the second half of this. This is just planets. We were just talking about the planets. This is everything else. What was my line? I think I don't even know. I don't know. I'm just really excited for you, Pisces. You're good. You're great. Oh, tier 3 members. You know where to find the link. Anyone's welcome to join. Really good and legendary members. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I can't see you. The sun. That's a good sign, by the way. The sun, don't you think? Yeah. Yep. All right. Like right on my face. Okay. Pisces, thanks so much. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.